My friend Jade Christian, she went to my home church, and she's a few years older than me, so she came to UWF before I got here, obviously, and she was constantly telling me there's this thing, it's called Catholic Argos, it's called CCM. She goes, you gotta go. And I took her word for it, and yeah, that's how I got here.
On the Feast of the Immaculate Conception this year, I just knew it was a holy day of obligation, so I came up there. I was leaving, and I didn't even know CCM was a thing, and they invited me up there. They said, hey, we would love to have you. And so Mary did, and I went up there. Father Grebe was singing about some like a retreat thing that's just going on, and even though, you know, I had zero, interaction previously with anybody there, I was welcomed with open arms, and that was one of the first times, in my life, and I walked out of something, spending less than an hour there, and I knew that I was gonna be a part of, active member, of CCM. Everything was there, was so positive, and everybody greeted me with open arms, and I loved it from the beginning.
So I see how everyone believes in God and all of that, and it's like they become an example. They have kind of what I wish to achieve, that relationship with Christ.
What has been your favorite thing that you've done so far, and why?
The March for Life. And because it was just great, like going up there with everybody and seeing a bunch of like-minded people that are all pro-life, and hanging around Washington, D.C. was great, going to all the different spots, and just kind of encountering everybody that was there and seeing a bunch of people that I even knew, just in the sea of people. It was great.
I think there's just a lot of people from different walks of life, so all coming together over this one issue and recognizing the basic human dignity of every person. And the theme was Love Saves Lives, so it was really beautiful to see all these people coming together over trying to fight against abortion.
The shrine was a pivotal moment for that trip, for the March for Life, because it was nothing that I expected, especially as a group. I never expected that the people that we came with, that we would be impacted by something the way that we did. And people, our friends, Allie, Dana, Patricia, Shamika, we all went in there and we were impacted by not just JP2, but different aspects of him, like Mary, how he viewed Mary.
I love how they incorporated different pictures and videos in the museum, and of JP2, of John Paul II, just the way he looks, you can actually tell he actually lives and believes what he says. He doesn't just talk the talk, but he walks the walk. He looks at people with the dignity.
Yeah, so I went into the shrine not really knowing much about JP2. I just knew that a lot of people really liked him. And I go in there and I hear about how much he hated communism. I'm like, hey, I like this guy too.
What really stood out to me was the way that he loved people and the way that he just cared about anyone that he came into contact with.
I think it's pretty interesting how the people that went on the what was it called? The March for Life, they came back with this craving, this thirst for more conversation and interest in John Paul II. I saw that fire in their eyes.
Well, I think one of the biggest things for me was to see how many people are on our side, how many people, support this pro-life movement. It was just really awesome to see that there are other people who support us, because sometimes I feel like especially like in today's society. Everybody is telling us that, oh, if you're pro-life, you know, you're wrong, you hate them, you know, you're not being supportive. And to see that there are other people who understand that we're coming at this from, like, with love. Like, we love these women and we love their children and we just want what's best for them. And so it was so cool to see that there are so many people who, want to love these women and want to support them. But yeah, it was just awesome to have, just to see that love that everybody was showing. I really loved the, the theme this year, that love saves lives.
I think going out and doing it was, as opposed to just maybe making some argument on like Twitter or something like that, like there's like a different step to it, like experiencing it. So I had to say that was really good.
What makes CCM different is that when you come here, you're treated like a real person. You're not a number. You're you. And we love that. You're treated like an adult. It's not high school anymore.
Everyone here just seems full of life, and whenever I come, I know I'm super stoked to be here. So yeah, just joyful.
A home, more like a temporary home. We come here for a couple years and we establish ourselves here. We make incredible friends, but we're given the gospel, we're given the good news. We figure it out with each other, trying to figure out if this makes sense, if this is actually real. But these encounters that we have here are meant to be brought into the world. It's not supposed to stay here.
You know, every week I ask myself, why do these people keep coming here? You know, like there's something that's drawing them in, something that's keeping them here instead of like pushing them away. Like, I don't know, there's like, there's always like this deep thirst, this desire to be close to God, and I guess like to do that you have to like first encounter others.
I feel like this urge, like every Sunday, I can't wait to go to Mass. Like I can't wait to like hear the gospel and like truly like hear how God's talking to me through that. Like I love going to like morning prayer and I love going to daily Mass. And that's like even to the point like even when I go home, like I want to go to Mass, and I feel like this constant love from God that I've never felt before. And it's like every faith night when we come together, I like look around and I think like, damn, like these people, man, like God's here, and I like love all of them, and I really don't know what I would do without them. Like the fact that within this group I've met like some of like the closest people I've ever like met, and like I could talk to them about anything and realize like God is within that. Like I'm just always so like beyond grateful, and I like thank God for that all the time. At the end of the night at CCM, I look around and I'm like, what did I do to deserve this, you know?
I don't know, I feel like everything revolves around the idea that we are made in the image and likeness of God, and like nothing makes sense after. Like if you don't accept that, if you don't believe that, then nothing ever makes sense. I don't know. So that's like, I don't know, like it's because of that I've been able to see my life and so many other things in a very different perspective than I did last summer before the semester started.
Thank you.